Hey everybody, here we are, Wellness Ambassador, week 4 mentoring. This one is on meal planning. Thanks everyone who could join today. It's just fantastic that I can help on a further note, which is wonderful. I love giving the extra mentoring to ensure that you're supported throughout the wellness ambassador journey on both a personal level as well as a business level. So again, all of the mentoring will be on a personal level to make sure that you're feeling absolutely fantastic 10 out of 10 all the time. And again, help with your business and some business tips also. So today, our week 4 mentoring is all about meal planning for success. So I will get going, which is wonderful. Um, let's take a look here. Meal planning for success. In this presentation, I'm going to talk about what to do before you start meal planning, defining our goals and intentions while we're meal planning as well. We're going to talk about the Eat to Be Fit download, which everyone who comes on the Ambassador course gets a free download of the book. I'm going to be talking specifically around some recipes that are there, some shopping lists, and I also have a shopping list to share with you. So you can download that from the Facebook group, which I'll put in, and just some regular helpful hints as well. So that's great. So let's take a look. Ready, steady, go. This is all about the commitment and committing time to put aside to actually meal plan. This is really where you have to start because if you don't commit the time, obviously you're not going to be able to plan for success. When we take a look at how much time we put aside to do other things in our lifestyle, then it's not surprising sometimes if we don't put meal planning in the mix, then it gets forgotten and you just eat on the whim, eat what you feel like eating, which sometimes isn't the best food that you should be eating as well. So let's take a look at some further tips. Have your shopping list ready. That's a great place to start. But also, I guess before that, maybe get the kitchen ready. And you want to get everything organized. Because you know what? When we have a really busy week, the issue around willpower, it does kind of creep in. And it's like, oh, I've only got 15 minutes for lunch. I'm just going to eat something really quickly. Or you go for a ready meal or you go for a pack of crisps, something that's fast and easy, but definitely not nutritious, but maybe high carb to give you energy. But again, you're going to have a crash a couple of hours later, but maybe your thought process is, well, it doesn't matter if it's a couple of hours later because my working day is finished. And then you're having that crash with that family time. You can see the patterns and that regular pattern plays havoc on your vital organs. So this really is important to put time aside to get healthy, nutritious food in your cupboards and on the table. So de-junking the house is a really great place to start. Go through, all your cupboards, and a weekend is a really good time to do this. So if the temptation is removed, then you might still get the temptation, but of course you won't be able to fulfill it with food that isn't nutrient dense. So de-junking the house is a great place to start. Next, you really want to enroll your family and friends with this as well. Okay. Tell the family what you're doing. Involve them. We involve in weekly meals all the time. Obviously, we have our favorites and they repeat each week, but then we also look through cookbooks, we look through magazines, we look online, we watch cooking programs together. And so we get some ideas. It's like, oh, that looks really good. Maybe I'm watching Rick Stein in Thailand, which actually I was watching that. I think it was in Vietnam, one of the ones that I saw. And, I get inspired by that kind of food. And, then it's James Martin in Greece or something. And so, be inspired by what you put on the table. And then, of course, if everyone's watching it with you, it doesn't have to be every day. It doesn't have to be every week. It could be once a month. sit down and watch one cooking program once a month and get some ideas that you are incorporating. Now, make sure in the kitchen as well that if you're going to be starting some new style recipes, that actually all your kit is really good. You have all the rolling pins, you have all the NutriBullets, you have the containers for the freezer. I went to Home Bargains a couple of weeks ago and I bought all new freezer containers because mine were starting to look a little bit sad because of course I use very heavy spices in mine, things like turmeric and ginger, and they stain the containers. And you know what, every once in a while I just not chuck them, I recycle them, sorry. I recycle them and then get new. So make sure all those storage containers are there as well. Water bottles, flasks. That's another thing. If I'm working on the go, then sometimes I put things in flasks. I'll put it at my desk because it depends where I'm working, how I'm working, but just to make sure that I have lovely warm drinks and warm soups when I'm on the go as well. So, labels is another one. My little box is gone. I recently bought a little label writer. It wasn't that expensive at all, but it writes all my labels, which is brilliant. So it's got an app. I put the label on the app and then print the label out, and everything is organized, which makes it fast and easy. So when I'm ready to cook, I'm ready to go. I know where everything is. I've got a great, we'll talk about shopping lists afterwards, but I've got a great system for that, which I'm going to talk to you about as well. And it's about the family knowing where everything is in the kitchen, it going back to its home in the kitchen after it's been in the dishwasher or been washed up. And that kitchen needs to work professionally to fuel your success. Okay, so let's take a look at some meal planning goals. Now, we've already talked a lot about goals. What do you really want? What do you want? What's your intention with the meal planning? Is it, weight loss? Is it more energy? Is it building muscle? Is it, it could be anything, suffering from one of the diseases of civilization. It could be, mental clarity. It might be different things for different people in the family. But if you all do it together, then you actually know. I mean, in our house, we have multiple allergies. So it does make it a little bit difficult. But for us, one of our main goals is for everyone not to have an allergic reaction. So there's no cross-contamination of food. That's a big one for us. Lily's allergic to gluten and milk. Paul's allergic to milk and fish. I eat anything. Hannah eats anything. George and Holly eat everything. So, I mean, it's wonderful. But there are 2 people in the family with allergies. And if there is in your family as well, one of your goals needs to be not to have a cross-contamination. So any allergy starts as well. But the meal planning goals, choose what that is, because that is really going to reflect on your food choices. If you want more energy, go for low glycemic foods. So you're going to have a little bit of a hit of some energy, sustained energy, and it's going to peter off over 4 hours. Watch your snacking in there as well. But we can go through that. Okay, so you need to download, and I've got mine in a lovely frame here, the front cover. You need to download Eat to Be Fit. Okay, if you do not have the link for the download, which is in your, it's in the course itself. If you haven't downloaded it, download it. If you don't have the link, contact me and I will give it to you, because it has oodles of recipes. This is a good place to start, and when you take a look at the PDF initially of the ebook, then you can see that it's about eating the rainbow. It's about food variety. So why do we need food variety? Well, we need the variety of food because the body needs 67 minerals and 8 vitamins every day just to survive. So if we're giving the body a variety of food, eating the rainbow, a rainbow of colors on your plate, which reflect your meal planning for the week, then you're more likely to get more array of vitamins and minerals. So if you're just eating the same food week in, week out. You are only getting that snapshot of vitamins and minerals. I need you to widen it, okay? And this is a really, really big thing, because this is how we become nutrient deficient. Once we become nutrient deficient, because the body doesn't make its own vitamins and minerals, okay, then this is when the diseases of civilization creep in. We need to constantly fuel the body, not only for success on a daily basis, but we need to be paying it forward. We need to be meal planning for the future, because I'm in my mid-50s. Touch wood, I'm really healthy, and so therefore chances are I can fight a cold off much easier than if my body was depleted, okay? So this is what we want to do. So in Eat to Be Fit, you're going to be seeing breakfasts, lots of different types of breakfasts in there. So we have, so I love swapping my breakfasts. If I'm in a rush, this one isn't in the book, but if I'm in a rush, do you know what? I'll just have a soft-centered boiled egg with some rye bread soldiers, okay? I stay in the principle of wheat and dairy free, so I love the rye bread with my boiled egg. That's the minimum that I'll have, because that's a fast breakfast for me. Otherwise, I love my one egg omelets, and I put lots of different things in there, from a little bit of chopped up broccoli to different spices to whatever I have. It could actually be sun-dried tomatoes and artichokes and some shiitake mushrooms. Another thing I love, because I love shiitake mushrooms, sorry, my braces still make me lisp a little bit. Shiitake mushrooms, say that with braces on. Shiitake mushrooms are wonderful for vitamin D. So, as you know, we need vitamin D for strong bones, but vitamin D plays a great role in boosting our immune system as well as with our mental health. So, a super breakfast is stir-fried shiitake mushrooms with a little bit of salt and pepper. I sprinkle a little bit of paprika on there as well. I fry it in a little bit of extra virgin olive oil, and then I have that over toasted rye bread. Absolutely fast, easy, nutritious, delicious. That's the kind of thing that you want. Those things aren't, so my boiled egg and the shiitake mushrooms aren't in Eat to Be Fit. It has something a little bit more extravagant, but you're looking at a one egg omelet that might be in there as well. And anything from baked apples, which actually is fantastic for winter. And what I'll do is I'll make quite a few of the baked apples, and then I've got 1 or 2 days, and it also makes a great dessert. Amazing, amazing. So let's take a look at lunches. Now, lunches, I'm a bit of a soup gal, as you know. I love my soup, especially with my new braces. Make soup is very, very, very easy. But you can actually take a look at all the other lunches that are in there. There's oodles of salads. There's the ultimate salad bar that's in there as well. There's a fantastic coleslaw. In fact, this weekend we're having coleslaw, which I'm adding lots of different other ingredients to it. And we're having that with baked potatoes, baked sweet potatoes. Just really great. Make these things up. They last for 3 to 5 days in the fridge. So, on a Sunday night, you can do prep, or on a Sunday, you can do prep, or on a Monday morning, get up an hour early, do some prep. We all have 24 hours in the day. So, there's sandwich toppings ideas that are also in Eat to Be Fit. So there's some really, really good stuff. Then we move along to dinners. Now, there's oodles of recipes for dinners. There's poultry dishes, there's fish dishes, there's seafood dishes, there's lamb dishes, there's venison dishes, there's side dishes, there's vegetarian dishes, some really good veggie. Even if you're a carnivore, there's some great veggie dishes. And there's a cauliflower pizza base as well, which works really well for smaller individual ones, or you can do a big one also, which is really good. Sometimes we do the cauliflower pizza, and we'll make that as a side dish and have it with some soup as well. Then we have some snacks. Now, if you flick back up to the breakfasts, in the breakfast, there's a great protein flapjack. So I love the protein flapjacks. Again, that for me is a breakfast on the go. So if I'm working away or I'm taking the train or working in the car, again, I will make the protein flapjacks and have those for breakfast. I have them for breakfast. They're in the breakfast section, or I can have them for the snacks. Now, in the snack section, there is what is there? The protein balls that I make, which are incredible. You can use protein powder with those. Now, I can also have those for breakfast if you want as well. So, you can interchange the breakfast, lunch, dinners, and snacks as much as you want. So, there's also a great section on juicing and on smoothies and on making some great dips. Now, for us on a Friday, we love having tapas. It's a great Friday treat for us. Normally, do you know what we eat in front of the TV? Yeah, it's all right. It's Friday. Finish the week. So I love all those kinds of things. Now, store-bought dips. Do you know what I hate? I love hummus, and so I've got some hummus recipes in there, but I love baba ganoush. Baba ganoush is a dip made with aubergines, and we have rye bread with it, or we have some gluten-free crackers that I buy. Marks and Spencer's do amazing gluten-free crackers, so if you want to head over there and pick up some great gluten-free crackers to have with those, we'll maybe have it like a charcuterie board style. We have sun-dried tomatoes, we have olives, we'll have some deli meats, like some Italian style Parma ham, and then I will get some cooked prawns to have with that as well. So again, it's all kind of tapas style, but we love it. You just grab a little plate and you go back for more, and we're maybe watching a movie. So it doesn't have to be unhealthy, snacky food. And actually, in the dinners, there's a really good snacky food in the dinner section in Eat to Be Fit, and that's my coconut coated chicken pieces. Try that. Oh my God, they are so good. Sometimes I'll make those to go on the charcuterie board as well. So just be really creative with this. There's a whole month or 2 months of meals in Eat to Be Fit. So have a really good look at it. And you gotta try the beetroot brownies. Oh my God, I've got a really funny story about beetroot brownies. The beetroot brownie recipe is lovely, and you actually can't tell that the beetroot is in there. And so I was on I was on social media, and I was talking about it and making it. And my daughter Lily, who's 23, she was watching this and she goes, "Mommy, I never knew you put beetroot in those brownies. You never told me. I'm never eating them again." So don't tell your kids if they don't like beetroot. But honestly, they are fantastic. Really, really good. Now, the other thing is around snacks. So snacking, I love snacking, but I love healthy snacking. Popcorn is my go-to. Yeah, really North American kind of snack, isn't it? But actually, popcorn's really low calorie. Obviously, you're not going to have a big flipping massive bowl, and don't buy that microwave stuff which has hydrogenated oils and loads of chemicals in it. Get your own popping corn. Buy an air popper so you're not using any oil, and just use a little bit of spices over the top. Go into Eat to Be Fit, look at all the different ways that I do popcorn, and it is incredible. There's also sorbets. There's the raw protein balls in there. There's cashew nut cookies. There's chia seed puddings. There's kale crisps. These are so easy, especially now we're going to be getting into the season. If you have a farm shop near you, we're going to the farm shop for the first time in a long time this weekend. It's opening this weekend here in Dorset. So I don't know what they're going to have, but my farm shop normally has fresh kale, and normally it's really tough, right? But if you bake it, if you rub it in coconut oil, put some nice spices on top of it, bake it at a really low temperature in the oven, it crisps up. Absolutely delicious. Yeah, it gets stuck in your teeth, but who cares? It's gorgeous. So as you can imagine, you want to be meal planning with all of these Monday to Sunday with the family or on your own. If you want to have one treat day, go for it. There's enough treats in here that you can have a treat day. Stick in some of the great family specials as well, but introduce something new. Now, in Eat to Be Fit, there's also stuff about healthy barbecuing. So for those of you who like barbecuing, yeah, there's some great tips for healthy barbecues. We have our first barbecue this weekend. Yay! We're not really supposed to be getting together with too many people, but it's big garden. We're going to be social distancing, and we're all taking our own little barbecues. So I'm going to be doing some of the foil barbecue tips with foil barbecue parcels. So take a look in Eat to Be Fit for the foil barbecue parcels. Absolutely brilliant. We do those down at the beach an awful lot. They are fantastic. The other thing in Eat to Be Fit is about fermented foods. You can make your own sauerkraut, and I do this. It's so easy, so easy. But what it does, it just gets that good bacteria cultures naturally into the gut, and they're great accompaniments. I love it with my breakfast omelet. So I do a 1-egg omelet, and I do a tablespoon of my homemade sauerkraut. I am in heaven, ready to go. So as you can see, the ideas that are in here, you've got some great ideas to really inspire you, educate you, motivate you to get the meal planning done and make some awesome meals. Yeah, which is wonderful. Okay, so I've gone through all the recipes, which is, well, not all the recipes. There's loads of recipes in there. So please take a look at all those recipes yourself. Now we get to the shopping list. Okay, I've actually got this shopping list, and I am going to put it into the private Facebook group, and so you can download it. Now, I use Alexa for this, but I have something similar on a notepad that I had printed off or I had made. You can go onto Vistaprint and you can make your own family one and have them printed. They're ever so cheap. Honestly, it's really amazing if you want something personalized as well. These are great little gifts. You know, we do a house gift at Christmas time where we just get all these kind of fun things for the house, and it just makes the life throughout the year run smoothly. So you might want to look at that. But I'll put the template in there as well. And then, you know what? We have a rule in the house whenever anyone finishes something. So if they finish the yogurt or if they finish the last pickle or the last sun-dried tomato, then they just say to Alexa, put so-and-so on the shopping list. Otherwise, write it straight on the shopping list. Oh my God, there's nothing worse. Drives me absolutely crazy. If I'm cooking and I go to something and we're out of it. Yeah, I tell you what, there's not very often that I get upset in the family, but everyone knows, don't upset mommy with not putting something on the shopping list. It just makes everyone's life easier, right? I'm sure you're with me on that one. So get your shopping list organized. And I tell you what, Alexa has completely transformed that for us. Okay, let's take a look at some more little helpful hints and tips, which is wonderful. So you can continue with all of this. So organize your time. You know, we have talked about time management before. For those of you who maybe have downloaded the Brian Tracy tips for time management, which is also in the Facebook group, make sure you go back and do that, because the weekend is a super time to reorganize your cupboards if you want to. I don't know if you've ever seen the home edit. Follow the home edit on Instagram. Watch the home edit on Netflix. Oh my goodness, you'll be inspired to organize your kitchen to no end. But getting organized, getting fully shopped, and making sure everything is stocked up and easy to reach and easy to do. Because then when you do your cooking, you can make extra. If your freezer is clear, your labels are ready, you're going to be able to freeze your soups down, making it easy. So I will cook in batches. So if I'm making a soup, I'm never going to make a soup for one. I'm going to make a soup for 10 because I'm going to eat it one day. I might eat it another day that week, and I will freeze the rest down with the labels. On the label, I put what the product is, and I put the date it was made. Okay, so you know that you need to either rotate your stock in your freezer. Look, I might be teaching you to suck eggs here, but you know, some people don't, and there's a lot of health and hygiene around a kitchen when there's multiple people in there. So just make sure you're rotating your stock and you're watching that as well. But it'll make it easy. If you're, I do meal planning for sort of 4 weeks at a time. So if I make a broccoli soup on week 1, I'm going to have it on week 1. I might have it on week 2, but I'm definitely going to have it on week 3 because I pulled it out of the freezer and it's already done. So my week 3 is going to be much easier because a lot of the times I did more meals that I cooked in week 1. So, go through your diary if, and plan ahead. Plan ahead. It's really, really great. The next bit is don't get bored. I do a 4-week rotating meal plan. You should be doing at least a 2-week rotating meal plan. God, don't eat the same stuff week in, week out. I explained that before. We need a variety of vitamins and minerals. If you're eating the same foods week in, week out that are not nutrient dense, and there's no nutrition in chicken nuggets, trust me, then you really do need to be planning to get your vitamins and minerals, because if you're not, then you need to ping me a message, because I will recommend some really good supplementation. Supplementation fills in the gap that poor nutrition misses. It's not a replacement for nutrition. So you can't take supplements and then go down to McDonald's and figure you're going to get everything that you need. Doesn't work that way. But if you're meal planning properly, obviously I'm a nutritionist. I love to say that you could get everything from your food. I'm not so sure that is possible these days with the way that our soil is not as nutrient dense, which actually feeds the plants in the first place. But, again, it can be done. So talk to me. If you feel that you're lacking in energy and you're not getting to where you need to be, there's some things that your body doesn't make its own essential fatty acids. So we need to get that fish in our diet at least 2 to 3 times a week. And I'm not talking tin tuna, okay? I'm talking proper good oily fish, not fish and chips on a Friday night either. And if you're not getting those things in your diet, then you need to look at vegetarian sources. If you're a vegetarian, lots of flax seeds every day, or you need to supplement. End of. And this is where supplementation can really, really be your friend. So again, don't get bored. There's Eat to Be Fit. There's so many cooking programs on TV. And, even YouTube. Find someone who inspires you. Find their style of cooking that you really like. Jamie Oliver does some awesome stuff. And, if family cooking is what you want and you find his style easy to cook, then go for it. I get inspiration from so many different genres of food. So I will look for different genres. Maybe we feel like Indian food, Thai food, Italian food, which we absolutely love, although we're gluten-free. But the gluten-free pastas now are so similar. You can't even tell the difference. So again, switching over to those. My final tip is to not go grocery shopping when you are hungry, because you will get duped by every single end of aisle marketing proposal they have and it is normally junk food. Yeah, crisps 2 for $1, Penguin bars 2 for $1, whatever it is. If you shop with the kids, make sure they've eaten as well. Anyone you go shopping with, do not go shopping hungry, because you're going to go with your shopping list, but you're going to end up buying triple the amount because you're just going to get sucked into all of those marketing specials of food that you do not need, are not nutrient dense, and are not going to help you. So I hope that was really helpful for you. Let's just do a really big recap here. So meal planning is definitely, as I think you can understand from the presentation, is part of your success journey. So we talked about things to do before you start, defining your goals. Definitely download Eat to Be Fit if you haven't already. Go through all the recipes, do your meal planning. There is actually a meal planner in there as well, so you can print off multiple ones. The shopping list I will post into the group. And again, we have the helpful hints. You know, cooking, wow, cooking can just influence your life in so many ways. I have a really big surprise to tell you. So I am actually launching a new book series, a 9-book series called Revamping Your Wellness. And we're going to be talking about a week by week account of what to do, with lots more inspirational menus and ideas as well. It launches on September 8th. Yep, September 8th. 16 weeks, I think it is. So I've got the full skeleton done, and it is just going to be super, super exciting. And that will give you another inspirational book in 16 weeks. But start with this one, please, please, please. Anyway, thank you so much, everybody, for today. And I love working alongside you. If you have any questions, pop them below the video. And wishing you a fantastic, successful meal planning weekend ahead. Take care.